and gentlemen, welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on this beautiful Tuesday morning, April 1st. This is April Fool's Day, but this is no joke up here. We're going to have a very informative chat today with the ladies here this morning. We have in the afternoon. We have Erin Smith will be joining us here in just a few minutes, but we have Jessica. I'm going to say it wrong. She is prepared for me to say it wrong. She has already told me I was going to say it wrong and told me how to say it right, and I'm still going to say it wrong. Palazzolo.
Wrong.
That was so close, though.
Palazzolo.
That was not close at all, was it?
I'll give you credit.
Palazzolo, Jessica Palazzolo, and Maranda Kilmurray. Even though her Miranda is a little oddly spelled, it's still Miranda, right?
Yeah, my mom just wanted to be different.
Well, everybody wants to be a little bit different, Miranda. That's exactly right. We're going to talk today about the Marion County Child Abuse Prevention Coalition and what they have planned here for the month of April, as well as the wonderful programs that they use over the course of time. And we'll be doing that today here in just a few minutes. You are watching again Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. My name is Bruce Dickey. Thank you so much for being here. Let's tell you a little bit about what's going on, folks. You can take a look. You're off camera now, so whenever that's the monitor for what's going on the television.
Perfect.
So you go ahead, sit here and drink your beer and whatever you need to do. What is going on today? Actually, I looked around. I looked all over the place. I could not find a ton of stuff going on April 1st. I guess folks just kind of take a breath after the month of March goes out like a lion, like it did the last couple of days. They just take a breath, don't do much. However, down in Wayne County, there is something going on. The Wayne County Retired Teachers Association, they are holding a meeting this morning and afternoon. That will be at the Frontier Community College in Fairfield from 11:30 until 1:30 p.m., 11:30 a.m. till 1:30 p.m. The Wayne County Retired Teachers lunch at 11:30, followed by a program and a business meeting. The speaker will be Luke Harrell from the Fairfield National Bank. He'll be talking about the Social Security Fairness Act. I'm certain Luke will have a tremendously informative program, but do bring your own pillow. It might be you never know when you're going to need something like that. What else is going on today, folks? This is National Sourdough Bread Day. Every year, April 1st recognizes one of the world's oldest leavened breads. Sourdough is produced through the process of long fermentation of the dough using lactobacilli and yeasts. The use of naturally occurring yeast and friendly bacteria versus cultivated yeast causes the bread to have a slightly sour but pleasant taste. Most likely the first form of leavening available to bakers is believed sourdough originated. Where do you ladies think sourdough might have originated? I'm gonna ask you two trivia questions.
All right, let's go.
Where? I'll tell you. I'll ask you one. I'll tell you where, and you tell me when. How about that?
All right.
Ancient Egypt. What? And I'll give you 500 years either way.
Okay.
What time frame did sourdough appear in ancient Egypt? Jessica, what do you say?
500 BC.
That's a great thought. How about you?
We'll go 100 BC. I don't know.
How about 1500 BC?
Okay.
So 3,500 years ago, folks began making sourdough bread as a way to make bread taste different. As part of the California Gold Rush, sourdough was the principal bread made in Northern California, and it's still part of the culture of San Francisco today. The bread was so common at the time, the word sourdough became a nickname for gold prospectors, as a matter of fact. And in the Yukon and Alaska, a sourdough is also the nickname given to someone who has spent an entire winter north of the Arctic Circle. It refers to their tradition of protecting their sourdough during the coldest months. Did any of you guys... Now, actually, when the COVID thing hit about 5 years ago, folks started like doing stuff at home, and did either of you start baking sourdough bread? Because it became kind of a popular deal.
I did not do sourdough bread, although we did do a lot of baking other things, so that COVID 15, 20, whatever
20.
might have happened. Might have happened at my house.
Yeah.
So I did not. I actually was an essential worker at that time. So
Oh, really?
I was.
Good for you.
I
You
was.
stayed busy.
I did. I did. I was a manager at Aldi at that time. So
Yeah, I had to
yeah.
have grocery stores open. I was an essential worker too here. So I mean, they here at the cable company, basically telephone company. So yeah, sourdough. But sourdough is one of the big popular time passers for folks back during the COVID days. Can you make sourdough starter at home? That's exactly where folks do make sourdough starter, because it doesn't require too many ingredients. Can you freeze it once you have, if you don't have time to get your starter going? Absolutely. That's the one of the beauties of sourdough. You can freeze it, bring it out later when you want to finish it up and actually make something with it. What else is going on here on April 1st? I'll get to April Fool's Day here in a second, but this is also National 1 Cent Day. What do Benjamin Franklin, the phrase "mind your business," April 1st, and National 1 Cent Day have in common? They're all the penny, which we recognize as National 1 Cent Day. The U.S. first issued a 1 cent coin produced by a private mint in 1787, and Benjamin Franklin designed it. It read, "Mind your business" on one side, and on the other side said, "We are one." The coin was made of 100% copper, was larger than today's penny, and came to be known as the Fugio cent. It wasn't until 1792 that the United States Mint was first created, and the first coins they struck were called chain cents, or flowing hair cents, by collectors today, because they had the flowing hair. Was one side of the coin was a circle of 13 links of a chain representing the colonies, and on the reverse was an image of a woman with flowing hair, otherwise known as Lady Liberty. I don't think any of these pictures have the 1 cent coin stuff going on, or the flowing links. I thought Benjamin Franklin was on a 1 cent coin at some point. I'm not sure. Today's 1 cent coin is made of copper and zinc, and has borne the image of President Lincoln. When do you think they put the President Lincoln's face on the? I'm gonna keep asking you trivia questions. I'll give you prizes.
I'm terrible
wow.
at trivia.
Why do we think?
When do you think
Oh,
they
when
started
did-
putting Abraham Lincoln? How long have they put Abraham Lincoln on the coin? If you are either of you coin collectors,
I am not.
you know they
No.
probably didn't do it in the 1850s. I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
Before he was president.
Okay. That's helpful. I'm not a history buff, I will say.
How about I'll give you 10 years each way.
1920.
1940.
So close. 1909.
Dang. I missed it.
In 11 years. She missed it by 1 year. That's a real shame. That sticks. Yeah, so it was 1909 on his 100th birthday is when they decided to do that. Is the United States the only country to have a 1 cent currency? Oh, no. Canada, Mexico, and the UK all have 1 penny coins. Is the U.S. penny the lightest coin made by the mint? That's a good question. It's not. The dime is lighter. The U.S. penny weighs in at 2.5 grams. The dime is 2.26 grams. Has it always been made from copper and zinc? During World War II, the U.S. mint struck pennies made from steel. Have you ever seen the steel penny? That's really cool.
I have not.
I have not.
Oh yeah, if you go to collect, it's 1943 only, and it's looks like a regular wheat penny, except it's steel, which is terrifically unusual. I don't think there's any wheat pennies there either. Yeah, the U.S. penny. Now you know, ladies and gentlemen, a lot more than you needed to know about the United States penny. Other than the fact, I think they're talking about getting rid of it. Who knows if they'll get that done? Because I think it takes 2 cents to make, which, do the math, doesn't really work out. What else is going on today, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, this is April Fool's Day. April 1st, April Fool's Day has long been a day when practical jokes and tricks are played on the unaware. It's a time when children try to convince their parents maybe they've injured themselves or broken a bone. Parents get in on the planning too. Classic April Fool's jokes include caramel-covered onions or fake doggy stuff in inconvenient places. Businesses can launch impractical or unbelievable products for the fun of the day, and newspapers will occasionally print incredible headlines catching leaders off guard. Ladies, what is the best April Fool's joke you have ever played or had played on you?
My kids gave me an Oreo once. They put mint toothpaste in the center. Yeah, so.
Probably only got one bite into that, I'll bet.
Yeah, I don't. Mint doesn't even go with chocolate for me. So like nothing. Yeah.
How old were your kids?
So that was a couple years back. So my little lady would have been 6, and my son would have been 8.
Did they get a beating?
No, no.
A terrible question to ask with these people here. Just with the worst question I could have asked with the Marion County Child Abuse Prevention folks. But I don't think she lives in Marion County. So, I mean,
Right.
so I guess that's okay to ask. How about you, Jessica? What about, what's the best April Fool's joke you had played or played on somebody?
You know, I'm drawing a blank, Bruce.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm going to take this opportunity because it is my daughter's half birthday.
Okay.
So we always celebrate. I know we're those people.
I know one other family.
We're those people.
I probably know 10,000 people in my life, and now I know one other person.
Yes.
I know 2 people now that celebrate half birthdays.
So I have to give a shout out. Happy half birthday, Kinley.
Happy half birthday to Kinley. There you go.
Yeah, she will be 16 in October, and we are reminded about that daily, that it's going to be her 16th birthday.
It's a very important age.
Yes.
Yeah.
Will she watch this show eventually, I guess, but not before tomorrow?
Correct. So, but I'll show her, and she'll probably be embarrassed.
How about you tell her tomorrow that you're planning on getting her a real nice car or something like that?
Yeah. That sounds.
You're planning on, you're going to bring home maybe, what are the kids like these days? Bring home her Tesla or something.
Oh yeah. She would believe that. Like, yeah, okay, Mom.
Yeah, I think a good one. I like that. The best one I know is I was working at a lumber company down in Fairfield years and years ago, and I had friends who were on the radio, and they did the morning show. I ended up taking one of their jobs later on, but they had a morning show that they would put out. BS every day. It was, every day it was. It's a morning show, so they're making fun. They told folks, and they had me on the phone, and I was in on it. I called and I was talking, and part of the news they said that there was a beer truck jackknifed at my business, my place of business, because we were on a railroad track, and they said that the beer truck went over the railroad track too fast and jackknifed, and all this beer was all over the road, and they were inviting folks to come collect some beer because they didn't want to reload the truck. Yeah. And it's like at 8:00 in the morning, and I had several people show up to collect beer, and I just said, look at what day it is.
That's pretty good.
It's April Fool's. Yeah, and I had at least half a dozen different people show up to collect beer on April Fool's.
That's pretty good. Yeah, keep that in mind.
That was a lot of fun. Some other pranks that folks may play on folks. Let's see. There were a few others here. Maybe you can. The earliest known reference to April Fool's Day, by the way, is. And I'm not going to quiz you on this. In Chaucer's Nun's Priest Tale back in 1392, some folks believe the day is celebrated in honor of the trickery Mother Nature plays on us at this time of year with unpredictable weather. Maybe the Roman festival of Hilaria, which is celebrated in late March every year. In 1582, the French folks, they moved their calendar to have the April fish, and pranks would be played on Poisson d'Avril, April Fish Day. Who knows? In Britain in 1776, a clear and reliable reference to April foolishness was in the magazine Gentleman's Magazine, and the reference to the custom has been going on since then. Times of London reported in 1992 that Belgium was negotiating to join Holland. That was one April Fool's prank. In 1950, the Progress in Clearfield, Pennsylvania, claimed to have scooped everybody with a picture of a UFO flying over the town. It was the first ever. Folks, they went on the wire services, and folks took that. In 2008, the BBC presented a documentary on flying penguins. Flying penguins. Apparently, there are no such things as flying penguins. Of course, there aren't any flying penguins. Their arms aren't big enough. Who knows? What do you want to see on TV, ladies and gentlemen? We've got some television going on here today on Wabash. The Dietrich Moved Maroons this afternoon will be at North Clay. That's at 4:30 on Channel 100. On Channel 99, I'll be up in T-Town as the Mater Dei Knights. Breeze Mater Dei will be taking on Totopolis. And, of course, that's on Channel 99. Both those games also be on Facebook as well as YouTube. You can't miss them. Major League Baseball tonight on Wabash at 6:05. Arizona's at New York. That's on TBS Channel 272. Corbin Burns versus Will Warren. The Cubs out west. The first Major League ball games in Sacramento are taking place this weekend or this week, and the Cubs are in them. They'll be in Sacramento. Justin Steele versus Luis Severino. That's on Marquee, Channel 367. Minnesota will be at the White Sox at 6:40. That's on Channel 353. And the Cardinals playing at 6:45 tonight. It's the Angels in St. Louis. Kyle Hendricks, now an Angel rather than a Cub, pitching against Matthew Liberatore for the Cardinals. That's on FanDuel Channel 370. A couple of NBA games, doubleheader on TNT as well. The Suns at the Bucks at 6:30, followed by the Minnesota Timberwolves at the Denver Nuggets. We are going to tell you all about Child Abuse Prevention Month. There's all kinds of stuff going on, as the ladies and I are going to tell you about from the Marion County Child Abuse Prevention Coalition. We're going to do all that here in just a few minutes. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. We'll be back right after these. Stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hello, folks. Bruce Dickey here with Wabash Catch TV. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you also for tuning into Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. You can find it here daily at 9 a.m. and at 1 p.m. Talk about all kinds of different subjects. People, interesting folks in the community, community events coming up, just all kinds of stuff that will matter to you. Appreciate you tuning in. Thanks a lot. Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
My grandfather, Carol Rush, opened Rush Appliance in October of 1949. This is Sean Rush, and I am driven by the same determination and commitment to quality that set us on the road to success. A lot has changed in the appliance industry since 1949, but at Rush Appliance, we're doing everything we can to remain trusted, strong, and competitive. We are extremely proud of our roots, and we look forward to providing you with quality and service at Rush Appliance and Furniture Company in downtown Fairfield.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Hey folks, welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Cats TV. Thank you so much. Joined over there. Well, let's let them introduce. Okay, I'm going to say it again. Jessica Palazzolo.
Good job.
Jessica Palazzolo is here from the Lincoln Prairie folks, and over there next to her is Maranda Kilmurray from the Amy Center. How you doing, ladies? I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Let's talk. Let's talk about what you do and why you are here. Maranda, you start.
Okay, so I work for the Amy Center. I've been with the Amy Center for about 2 years now. I am a victim advocate and also a forensic interviewer as well. So basically that means that, when cases come in with DCFS or law enforcement referrals, they come into our center and they get assigned, an advocate, and then at that point, they get a forensic interviewer as well. So that advocate, will make sure that they get the services they need, refer them to counseling. We do all kinds of things. We go to court with the families if it goes that direction, things of that nature. And then forensic interviewer, that is a person who is trained to give a victim-sensitive interview to the child so that it doesn't, traumatize them further.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, for instance, the forensic interviewer, you're probably used in, or the forensic interviewers are probably used in courts of law for both child abuse cases, but do they ever also use you folks in like divorces and stuff like that, or how does that work? Hopefully not.
We do get cases sometimes that come in and it's kind of a
dicey.
A divorce kind of situation, but we're mainly used for criminal cases against perpetrators. I had to testify just the other day on the stand for a case, so we get subpoenaed and have to go, if the case goes to court and that kind of thing. So,
Miranda, how did you get into that? What drew you to become an investigator, a caseworker?
Sure. So it's a bit of a story, but I used to watch a few kids in the neighborhood when my kids were little, and so I watched this kiddo, and he had been in DCFS care. So his grandparents had him at that time. And so at one point, I was still trying to figure out kind of what I wanted to do. I knew I loved helping people.
Right.
And so the grandma had written me a letter, and it had his report card in this letter, and it stated, "Thank you so much for all you do. He's struggled with his grades his entire life, and because you're working with him and providing him with just support. He's doing so great, and we're thankful for you." So that kind of opened kind of my mind.
Kickstarted, didn't it?
Yeah. So at that point, I talked to a guidance counselor with Renly College, and she kind of pointed me the direction of social work, and so that's kind of how it all started.
You probably hadn't even considered it, or had you?
Even
as a younger person.
I like to, venture in so many different things.
Right.
So I just like to suck up information on, all facets. But I knew I wanted to help people. And with social work, there's such a wide variety of people you can help, children, elderly.
Disabled.
disabled.
Handicapped, yeah.
Yeah. So, I just knew that was an interest. So I went into that. I ended up getting my bachelor's degree in behavioral science, and I worked in a couple residential facilities.
Oh, really?
Yes, One Hope United, actually, which is in Centralia. I
Right.
loved it there. And then I ended up working at Sparrow as well in Mount Vernon. And so after I left Sparrow, I went to the Amy Center, and that's kind of how
That's where-
everything started.
That's where
yeah.
you're going now.
Yeah.
Again, the Amy Center celebrating 35 years, established back in 1990. Of course, the full name, the Amy Schulz Child Abuse Center, is that
Yep. Child Advocacy Center.
Child Advocacy
Yep.
Center, the Amy Schulz Child Advocacy Center, and of course, it's a horrifying reason that this center was started.
Yes.
But there are still members of the family involved, aren't there, with the Amy Center?
Yeah, so Dennis, he has been on the board ever since he was a founder of the center,
Right.
and he's still very active in decision making that goes on at the center, and is a daily part of what we do and why we do it. And
That must be truly just do your heart well.
Yeah.
To see these folks 35 years later still working to make a good out of a horrific situation, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I will say Dennis and his wife Esther, they are the most magnificent supporters. They're wonderful people. You just can't find better people.
Yeah.
They're great.
You can find that information, folks, on Facebook and all over the place. That's just a part of the Marion County Advocacy, the American. All right, I'm going to put it on screen so I don't mess it up. The Marion County Child Abuse Prevention Coalition. Now, next to me here is Jessica.
I love it.
Because I keep wanting to go back
I'm
to
gonna make
the
you
wrong
squirm. I'm
one.
gonna make you squirm.
I keep wanting to go to Palazzolo, and it's not right. Palazzolo.
Palazzolo.
Okay.
Yes.
Pal. I need to remember pal.
Pal. Well, I'm your pal.
That's right. You're my pal, Jessica. I appreciate that. Jessica Palazzolo here with the Lincoln Project. Tell me about the Lincoln Prairie Behavioral Health Center.
Yeah, so I'm with Lincoln Prairie Behavioral Health Center. I've been there for almost 14 years. And essentially what we are is we're an inpatient psychiatric facility for children
Right.
under 17.
Okay.
And what we do is we do crisis stabilization. So
Okay.
they come to us in a crisis, and our goal is to stabilize. And in doing that, I've just been able to be connected. In my role, I'm the Southern Territory Manager, which
Okay.
basically is a fancy way of saying I do the marketing.
Sure.
And so in doing that is how I got connected with different efforts for child abuse prevention. So in doing that, I'm going to kind of roll myself right on into how we started. So the Marion County Child Abuse Prevention Coalition.
You're taking my questions away.
I know. So he's asking me.
That's why.
Telepathically.
I was wondering. Yeah, you knew I was going to ask
Yes,
how the Marion County
Yeah.
Child Abuse Prevention Coalition was formed.
Yes. So basically what happened is I've been going to different CAP is what they call for sure. I've been
Okay.
going to several CAP coalitions over the last several years.
Right.
And it was one of those things I kind of laugh at if you see something, you end up doing it,
Do
right?
so, yeah.
You have to do something.
Yeah.
So I kept wondering, why aren't we doing something in Marion
Something
County
more.
where I live?
Right.
Yes. And so again, what happens is when you ask the questions, you kind of get started in it. So I essentially founded the Marion County CAP Coalition last year. We just I grabbed some people I knew that I had like minds and said, hey, do you want to join me in
That's
trying to
outstanding.
do something?
Well, that's just great, and of course, the main goal, of course, is to prevent child abuse. How prevalent, ladies, is child abuse? I mean, I freely admit I don't have children, and I don't consider myself abused as a child. Am I like the only person in the world like that, or what kind of percentage of folks? How prevalent is child abuse?
It's very prevalent, unfortunately. I know that Miranda has a little bit, she knows more with the numbers.
Yes, so 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 13 boys will experience sexual abuse in their
And that's
lifetime.
just sexual.
Yes.
That
yes.
doesn't include the beatings. Or
Yeah,
anything
we
like that.
so we see some other forms. We see kids for physical abuse, neglect, and then we also see kids that are witness to
Yeah.
bad situations. situations as well. So we see all of those. I know the Amy Center covers, we cover 7 counties, and I know we see over 400 kids a year.
Wow.
And that number grows every year. So
Boy, that is, and that is just such a shame that it keeps growing every year. Do you think it's happening more? Do you think the message to kids or to folks to report it is out more? What do you think about that?
I think
Did you understand my question?
Yeah,
I was kind of all around it.
Yeah, so I think it's probably a little bit of both, right? So I think that child abuse has always been there.
Yeah.
I think that child advocacy centers are, getting their word out there about what we do, and and back then, so back when Amy passed away,
Right.
there wasn't child advocacy centers all over every county of the state of Illinois, but now there is. So
Yeah.
every county in Illinois is covered by a child advocacy center now.
Well, that's fantastic. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, you may see these little lapel pins. I haven't put mine on because I was going to show you this. That's what this is, because April Jessica Palazzolo is actually Palazzolo is I got it so close. Palazzolo.
There
How about
you go.
Palazzolo?
Got it. You got it.
I'll get it right. April is a Child Advocacy Month, right?
Yeah. So April is considered Child Abuse Prevention Month.
Child Abuse Prevention.
Yes,
Okay.
and some people call it prevent child abuse, but child abuse prevention. And so blue, specifically this type of like a royal, what I would call like a
Right.
royal blue, is typically the color of child abuse prevention. And then the blue ribbon. So mine looks a little bit different, but they're all different ones. All
Well, yours is
different
a
kinds.
dark blue
Mine's a
ribbon. I've
darker
got like
blue.
a 2-color blue
Yeah.
ribbon.
So they're-
That's fancy.
yeah, so they're
Mine's snazzier than yours.
Yeah, I know. You got an awesome
Well,
one.
we're all learning a lot today, and we're going to, over the course of the next half an hour or so, we're going to learn a lot more about child abuse and how it can be prevented, how you can help prevent it. We've got Miranda here along with Jessica. We're going to bring in Erin also from 0 to 3 and have her help us tell us what that's all about to make you a more informed person. Be back right after these on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Stick around.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mudhole master, or the happy hauler, just call him. 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local hand-cooked tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Hello, I'm Beth Cooper.
And I am Stacey Earlywhite, and together we host By the Way with Beth and Stacey.
It airs Monday through Friday on Wabash Channel 100 at 11 a.m. and again at 3 p.m.
We love to follow Clay County history, and we've been venturing out too in other counties. We absolutely love history.
You can also find us on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is By the Way with Beth and Stacey, or like and follow us on Facebook.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Big Talk, the first Dickey here on Wabash Cats TV. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We are talking today about the Marion County Child Abuse Prevention Coalition and all the big events scheduled for April. April is Child Abuse Prevention Month. And I am joined now also along with Maranda as Erin Smith has joined. How you doing, Erin? Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about, okay, I've been saying it wrong, it's birth to 3.
Yes, sir.
Because it starts actually -0. I mean, in -1 or so or thereabouts. Tell me about birth to 3.
So we are a home visiting program that goes and sees families from the time that they become expecting with the child up until the child is 3 years old. We work with the families on goals that they have. We also have encounters where the families can come and help their child socialize with other children to work on those social and emotional skills. We do developmental testing with children every 6 months or so, and we just try to help set the families and the child up for success once the child starts school. And it's
Tell me, I'm fascinated at the relationship, and Maranda might be able to answer this better. How much more effective is it as a preventive for future child abuse to have a raised birth to 3, a family that has maybe a little bit more sense about what they're doing? Does that make sense?
Yeah. So with our program, we have advocates that go into the home twice a month and to visit the families, and every member, a part of our program, is a mandated reporter. And so if we're seeing signs of child abuse in the home, we do report that, but we also bring in educational resources to the families to help them learn what child abuse is, what they can do to prevent it, and how to work through those skills with their children.
What do you find? Or have you been, how long have you been doing it?
Our program started up in January of last year.
And this is part of a grant, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you've been, the program's been going about 1.5 years. What are you finding, Erin, as you're going into homes? Are you finding that, and I presume mainly first children, or are they for families that, what are you finding more often? You're the people, who needs the most help? Somebody on their first kid or somebody who's going through the second or third time?
We see families of all. We have families that are first-time parents, and we also have families that have multiple children, and they see that their child may have a delay or is struggling with social and emotional skills, because since COVID, that has affected a lot of families.
Yeah.
And so with us coming in and providing those different resources for them, it's able to help them work on those skills.
Do you see, and maybe both of you can answer the question, do you see COVID having an alteration on maybe abuse, child abuse occurrences, or the lack of education of folks? What are you finding, Maranda?
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to several teachers in the area, and so I'm certainly not, the best person to ask about that particular topic, but I've talked to several teachers in the area. I'm on the school board at Field Grade School there by Dix, Illinois. And they a lot of them say that, COVID has caused just, some delays and and just,
And then you might be able to answer the question I kind of posed, but I think I skipped over it. Do you see a more educated family unit that probably avoids prevention or abuse, don't you think? Or is that a possibility?
I mean, I think prevention is one of the most important parts to preventing child abuse.
Sure.
We've got a prevention program at the Amy Center. I know last year they went to 45 schools in our area. So I know they talked to over 4,500 children.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's a lot. And we're seeing cases come in from the Amy Center going into the schools, talking about touches and things like that. And we're seeing reports come in because those prevention educators. We have great ones, by the way.
Right.
One Cheryl, one Cheyenne. They're doing fantastic work. We'll get reports from DCFS law enforcement from kids that have talked only because the the Amy Center has came
Right.
into those schools.
You're getting prevention educators. You're getting people who realize that, oh, there might be abuse
Yes.
going on. I
Yeah.
tell you what, let's do. I realize that's a quick segment, but let's take a real quick break. We're going to come back, and Erin's going to tell us maybe some of the warning signs that folks can look for and have an opportunity to maybe to detect and get. I mean, child abuse. The earlier you get it taken care of, the better it is for, I think, everybody, right?
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to come right back and learn some of the warning signs here on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Back after these.
When Justin, a local volunteer firefighter, needs one of the department's trucks serviced, he calls Cam, whose repair company keeps everything rolling. In turn, Justin helps keep Cam and all of the community safe. Together, they support each other. And Wayne White Electric Cooperative supports them and every member with safe and reliable power. It's why REMCs exist. And together, it all works.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey, talking with Erin Smith along with Maranda Kilmurray and Jessica Palazzolo.
Yeah. All
Ladies
right.
and gentlemen.
You got it. Round of applause.
Jessica Palazzolo, we're talking about the Marion County Child Abuse Prevention Coalition. It's a wonderful organization, a new organization that you probably need to know about or learn about. Erin, we were going to talk about warning signs. What do you find? I mean, you guys are basically signaling in on children from birth to age 3, hence the name of the organization right there. Birth to 3. Tell me, what are some warning signs that folks that you look for?
Well, some of the signs of a child that is being abused or neglected may be that the child, or that they're nervous around adults or even a certain adult or family member. They're reluctant to go home from school, are very passive or withdrawn, and could even show aggression towards
really?
others. Yes.
See, now, okay, I do have a 1-year-old niece. She loves me, but she doesn't. There are a couple people that she just doesn't take to, and I know nobody's ever shoved her or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess there's a difference there between you guys can tell if it's just maybe somebody the kid doesn't like,
Yeah.
versus, because I have had the children not like me just for no good reason.
Well, in children, they're very good about picking up on social cues from adults and getting those unsettling feelings.
Yeah.
And so usually when a child is kind of showing those feelings, it's best to believe them because they're able to kind of know with an adult.
Is it, okay, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to ask if this wasn't child abuse. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, what I did wasn't a child abuse. When I was working at the bank about 30 years ago, I'm a big guy. I mean, I've been this big for about, I'm 59. I've been this big for about 59 years. I'm 58. I've been this big for 58 years. She was about 2 years old, and she'd brought her child around and had a good time. Well, I took the opportunity one time to went up and stood right. The child had barely learned how to stand. She's about 2 years old, and I stood just right behind the child and was just staring down at her. And the kid had no idea it was there, and she turns around. She turns around, sees my knees, and then just stares up and freaks out and runs like the wind. And for the next 10 years, every time she came into the bank, she would just hide behind her mother. That wasn't abuse, right?
No, but that could have been.
But the child hated me.
Well, in that kind of situation, with that child being so young like it is, it could have caused trauma for the child. Even though there was no abuse behind it, no intentions behind it, but something like that could be very fearful for a young child, and that could cause long-lasting trauma.
Well, apparently, because the kid will say hello to me now, and she's 25 years old or 30 years old. She'll very warily hello. Give us what is an example maybe that folks might not realize is an abusive activity? Or can you?
Yeah, no, you can. And so, like, if there was a child that came into school and they talked about how their parents spanked them,
right,
or that something happened, and as a mandated reporter, we are to automatically to report that, right, no matter the circumstances, and then it's up to DCFS to go ahead and determine if that was child abuse or not.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. That's what DCFS is there to do, and they do a wonderful job in my experience for the people that I know. Tell me a little bit about. Okay, there's the birth to 3 number. Tell me about this. What's this to enroll to?
So we service Marion, Clinton, Jefferson, and Washington counties, and this is our 3 ways to enroll. You can email us at birth23@roe13.org. You can scan the QR code, or you can give us a call at 618-816-5537, and you'll get a hold of our intake coordinator, and she'll be able to talk to you and get you enrolled into the program.
Your intake coordinator will contact somebody and call that number. Do folks need to contact that number if they suspect abuse, or is this for everybody just to make sure that to get kids into the program?
It's for everybody to help enroll the children into the program. We've enrolled over 170 children in the last year. There are no requirements to join our program, no income based or anything. It's completely free and available for anybody that would like to have us come in the home.
Well, that's outstanding, folks. There you have that. I tell you what, let's do. We're going to come back. We're going to wrap things up with some. So we're going to bring Jessica back, and we can find out other ways that you can help out and help prevent child abuse. Again, we are talking with the Marion County Child Abuse Prevention Coalition here on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. We'll be right back after these. Do stick around.
Fashion is our passion at Carnaby Square. We specialize in customer service and have since 1980. Our multi-generational boutique features your favorite on-trend to classic Famous Maker fashions, footwear, accessories, and a massive inventory of Brighton. So come, relax, explore, and elevate your look with us. Everyone is welcome, where we always wrap it, tag it, and bag it for free at Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians, and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
without any repercussions.
Wow. All right. Hello, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV, rejoined by Jessica Palazzolo, along with, see, we're gonna blow past that like it didn't even happen, are we?
Perfect.
She's never coming back. She hates my guts.
Yeah.
Jessica Palazzolo here, along with Erin Smith. We are talking about the Marion County Child Abuse Prevention Coalition. And one thing that we didn't really mention when you and I were talking a second ago, Erin, what is the best way? What is the best way to report if you maybe see abuse of some kind?
So if you physically see abuse, like in the grocery store or at a home or something like that, and you're there and you're seeing that abuse, call 911. If you suspect the child abuse and you know the family's information, like their address, their names, birthday, phone number, and even if you don't, if you just know a little bit of it, you can call 1-800-25-ABUSE or 252-2873.
So that's and the interesting to me, the interesting distinction there is the 911 versus the phone number, the 125 abuse.
If it's life-threatening, it's best to call 911.
Yeah.
The officers will come out, they will remove the child, protect that child, call DCFS, and an investigation will be started.
I see. Yeah, well, I mean, either way, the reduction of it is the important thing, isn't it, Jessica? Tell me, Jessica, a little bit, you said this is you're going to see people wearing blue. Yeah. I'm wearing the wrong shade of blue naturally because I'm a moron.
It still works. It's the idea behind it.
Yeah. I got the idea.
Yes.
Right. And I'm wearing the pen too. What's the best way folks can do? What are the things folks can do to observe Child Abuse Prevention Month? Jessica?
Perfect. So April is Child Abuse Prevention Month, as we've said many times. Wearing blue. So in April on the 4th, so Friday, there is actually Wear Blue Day.
Oh,
so
really?
it's designated for everyone to wear blue. There is a coordinated effort.
And it's not just for the Duke Blue Devils that have made the Final Four.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's double duty, but
Kentucky, I guess, which didn't make it.
But it is. So it's something that it's an easy way that everyone can observe Wear Blue Day. And then there's several different things. There's things that you can do at home. One thing that I do at home is I actually change my light bulb outside of my home to blue. Yeah. So I have a blue light bulb. And the idea is the idea is prevention and awareness. So the more people are wearing, having blue ribbons or blue pinwheels. Blue pinwheels is another one of the,
you see
quintessential
the wind pinwheels.
Yes,
right?
yes, it's a quintessential piece, and that whole idea is that we want kids to have great childhoods.
I hadn't thought about changing the light bulb. I've got I don't know why, but my wife bought it. I've got one of those light bulbs that I've got an app on my phone.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I can change the colors to just, minding my own business. I can sit there and change the color and it'll go light.
So if you do blue, the idea then is for people to, why is your light blue? And then you can say, I'm doing it for child abuse prevention. So any little bit, if you have blue ribbons or something you want to put out in your yard, some people try like a blue ribbon around their tree. I know last year, so again, this is the second year. Last year we did I'm a Centralia girl, so we did in our community, we did in our downtown area, we put up blue ribbons. The Carillon, or aka the bell tower that many people are familiar with, we had that lit up blue last year. So we're hoping to do some of those things again this year. But
this is your second year.
Second year.
How much more observance or attention do you think? I mean, I appreciate y'all coming on here. It's the first time you've been here.
Yes.
And we're through, of course, we have 1,000, 1,500 homes in Marion County anyway. How many lights would you hope to see blue when you drive through Central City and Centralia?
We'll take whatever we can get. Is the way I look at it. This is how I've kind of said, as the founder, for lack of a better term. My goal is
one of the originators.
Yes, is each year a little bit more. I would rather. I decided that instead of going all in and trying to do all these massive changes all at once, what are some few little things? So the biggest thing that we put a lot of energy into last year and again this year that I'm going to plug right now is we have our Marion County Child Abuse Prevention Walk. We'll be at the Marion County Courthouse, which is in Salem.
When is this?
It's on April 22nd at noon.
Okay.
So anybody that wants to come, we just ask wear blue, whatever shade that looks like. Like I said, this is like the shade, but any shade will work.
How far are you walking?
We're going to walk around the courthouse a few times.
Okay.
We're having a proclamation read.
Oh, no, that's nice.
So, yeah.
Is it going to be a county proclamation, or have you been able to get hold of the governor or something to get something?
So the governor already does one. And so we actually have a member from Prevent Child Abuse Illinois. She's going to be coming and doing the proclamation. So it's like it's technically a statewide proclamation. She's going to be reading that. And really the idea is, as people are driving by and they see what are all these people out here doing, and just again raise awareness. That's all we're trying to do, is just to say our kids are important and we want to keep them safe, and so just putting that awareness out there.
Well, see, now that's fantastic. I guess my only question is, how do you know it works? How will you know it's working?
The more questions, I feel like the more that people are asking, what is this for? And they're finding out, I feel like that's helping, because it's bringing more awareness to it.
Right.
I don't think people realize how.
I mean, you gave a 1 in 4 number.
Yeah.
That's just astonishing to me. The 1 in 4 girls are sexually abused.
Yeah.
Let alone verbally or
neglect, all the things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now. I guess I'm asking a dumb question. You
No
talked
question
about
is dumb. No
you talk about neglect, and I know leaving a kid in the car or something like that is what would constitute neglect? I hate to ask a stupid question this late in the show.
So neglect is so with parents that are just not wanting to get help for their child for medical help or things like that. They're not wanting to feed their children properly. They're not taking, doing these different things.
Erin, this seems like common sense, doesn't it?
It does.
And doesn't it seem like common sense, Jessica?
A lot of it is. And that's, I think, another part of awareness, though, and prevention in itself is things that are common sense for some people, unfortunately, are not always common sense for everyone. That's why we have great programs to help teach families.
Well, I tell you what, y'all doing the Lord's work. I mean, for crying out loud. Again, so on April 22nd is the walk. April 4th is the Wear Blue Day.
And if you decide to post it on social media, you can do #GoBlueIllinois.
Go Blue Illinois. Although I could go orange and blue Illinois.
But for a different reason. You can also do #Great Childhoods, I think that's the other one. But yeah, just like I said, we're just trying to make sure people.
And if folks have questions, they can get a hold of you at any of the numbers.
And what I would do, and honestly, if anybody is at all interested in kind of learning more about this, or I kind of spark something I want to do something in my community, I would definitely recommend going to Prevent Child Abuse Illinois, to their website. They've got everything you can imagine.
There you go, folks.
Yeah.
Jessica, thank you so much for being here. Erin,
Thank you.
Miranda, thank you so much for being here. We'll see y'all next time on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Have a great day.